I can't sleep. My circadian rhythm is just messed up. What was this? I thought I closed this. Bizarre. So since I can't sleep, I decided I'll look at a chart. Well, let's look at today's chart right here, right now. I'm tired. Tired as hell. Probably did 4 miles of walking today. Little Leela's leg is getting better. So the moon here, about to come into that square with Venus. It's going to come into a T-square actually, as it opposes Jupiter up here. So there's a lot of energy flowing right now. I feel a lot of tension. The world is getting more insane. I'm seeing where the gaslighting is going to be ramped up to new levels. People aren't going to know what to believe because everything is just going to be completely unbelievable. Why do you think that is? Primarily, I feel because these are highly charged times where you can manifest, I guess. Where you can put your action into the world and create meaningful change for yourself. And when we lose our own power because we're trapped in the emotional loops, we feed that back into the system, into the machine, and the machine uses that shadow to manifest, to create. And the machine for you, it might be dynamics of your closest relationships. That energy scales from micro to macro. There's aspects of you that you are repressing, which are holding you back. There's aspects within you that hold you back, are charged up through dynamics of relationships, people in your life, situations, jobs, expectations, all these things, and it scales, you know. That's when you are in the defense. What puts us in the defense? It's loops, emotional loops, generally speaking, mental loops. So let's just talk about the T-square. Values, the power that you hold, you cultivate here in Taurus. It's a very sovereign energy, but it does so for the group. It's the spirit of Gemini. The emotions, the moon here in Scorpio, the power exchange. What do you give to get? What do you take to give? What have you taken to give? What have you given to take? How has your ignorance, your own lack of ability to assess your own value, to honor your own value, what has that gotten you in life? And how can you reclaim that now with the South Node in Libra, the spirit of Scorpio? How can you reclaim your value in a reciprocal, balanced power exchange with yourself through others in this world? One that is burning with the desire to express your authentic self. How do you express meaningful potential into this world? Pluto's squaring the nodes now, still. Pluto retrograde, very slow. It's about to go on 27:59 here soon. It will be hitting America's Pluto return. America supposedly is the height of society. It's a proxy. You know, the energies are eternal, immortal. The expressions are oscillating dynamics. So America today. Yesterday it was the UK. Day before that it was Italy or whatever. You know, Venice, the Catholic Church. You know, it's always expressing in different ways. But for us, for what this means societally and how we find our individual nature in this, in relation to all this, what we do matters. We either do or it's done for us. You pick your work or your work picks you, essentially. So how do we grab hold of the cardinal possession? Through bringing spirit to form in this fixed energy here. You know, when you're able to assess and honor the value of yourself and you can feel what that is emotionally at the depths of what you've gone through and how you are going to learn from what that was and apply your wisdom here. Apply your knowledge for living wisdom with the square, this T-square. Then you activate this Hermes Trismegistus type of energy. You activate Gemini spirit, which is squaring into all this Virgo here. Mercury just going direct. It's a trining energy for Taurus. But our unconscious, it leads us into experiences in life so that we can bring those into our rational, mental awareness. Sometimes we choose wrong for the right reasons. So now, when you have a reassessment of your own value based off authentic expression, through the polarity of the experiences, you're feeding in, you know, you are bridging the gap between this square here, Taurus and Leo. In between is the information of the contrast that you've experienced in life, the analysis and the emotional loops which have arisen from that. You're refining it through the purity of the fire here. And you're bringing it into the service of the self with Virgo, which is setting the stage for this South Node energy and the transition from Virgo to Libra. And it's always jumping, you know. This is a growing awareness. All these symbols are a growing awareness. You don't need to know about it. You just got to get in tune with who and what you are right here, right now, and don't hold yourself back to limited beliefs. The only way I know to do that is to continue learning. The side effect, the bonus, the result of learning is release. And all release frees you up to learn something new. Every question with an answer, every answer with a question. It's a continual process. The problem or the pride arises in hubris when we find that we're content with what we're doing, or we feel like we are bound to an obligation of expression. And statics, that's not my game. That's martyrdom, victimhood, tyranny, savior complex. It's all those things. If you're going to be those things, don't be them as a static, be them as a dynamic. That way it's authentic expression of results through dynamics of life rather than a set way of being. Perhaps that is the true transformation of Virgo, a very dynamic energy, mutable earth. That's a transformation in spirit here with Cardinal, which is self-possession. We can only be self-possessed authentically if we do not know outcome, if we do not have an ensnared image of a static vision in our mind, which is the myopic here. Myopia, biopia. Expression, result. That squares into the traditions of reality, the gift of life here, of manifested forms. So I mean, you got all these different things. You could break it down many different ways. But that was just a quick T-square talk. Let's see, in a few hours the T-square will be over. It will change over, actually. It will start to take on a Uranian vibe. It will be just out of T-square mode when the moon is exactly opposite Uranus. But it's a lingering energy, you know. I mean, the moon is, depends on the individual or what state of being you're in at the time. But I sense it will be more of an epiphany, a realization of changes that need to happen or of changes that are already happening for you. Try not to forecast shit. Try and live authentic in the moment. That's how you work with life. And we all know when we're not being authentic because we feel bound. Doesn't mean it's wrong, just means you got to figure out exactly what it is to make it right. Alright, well, that's all I wanted to say. Let's see if I can sleep now.